When this center opened, I've been thinking a lot how to use it as productive as possible. Because I saw in the beginning that there was a lot happening here, there was a lot of equipment, but students were not really using everything. And I was thinking about several ideas, and then once we had a meeting with IREX, and IREX chief of party basically suggested to do election night like they do in states, when the election is over and both major parties are meeting in their head offices and look at the results and watch TV and wait for the final, basically the count of the votes. And we basically later developed this idea into covering it all day long.
The initial meeting about preparing the election coverage took place on Saturday, which is the day before the elections. And first of all, I was surprised how many people showed up, and then showed up one more time during the election day. And I think this was the biggest challenge the people who were leading the coverage were facing, because, well, it was done by students. I mean, the whole reporting part, and you never know. I mean, for some it's very exciting, for some it may be very discouraging.
We set up the room ourselves, we decided the roles, who was doing what. For example, we had a case when first-year students were going out and bringing on the footage from the polling stations, but they could not edit because they have not had any practice. And we asked second-year students who were really willing and open to edit their footage.
Students surprised us with their commitment, and they came to the office really early, and they were like ready to cover everything we would offer them. So they were really inspired by the fact that they were doing it all themselves, and they were covering the news, rolling news.
Everything was new for us, everything.
Yeah.
I mean, simple things like working with cameras was new for us. It was a
new
little challenge. I mean, to make a good video or some good photo, it was everything was a little challenge, you could say. But it was not, I can say, it was really difficult. It was impossible to do. So I think we have done best of what we could do.
I was helping first-year students. Really, they are great people. I like them so much because they have no experience. They has never done things like this, and they wanted to go everywhere in every polling station. They were bringing cuts, sound bites, but they didn't know how to edit the material. So I was helping them to edit materials and upload on SoundCloud and then share on Facebook.
We were walking on this street on Ruzan, and I saw the local office of National Movement, and there were lots of people sitting on these branches, and they are like pre-election people who really support with Moscows and everything. They were sitting here like, this is our day, this is election day, and I wanted just to speak with them, but I came here, I was speaking with them, they said, no, we are no one, we are just sitting here and having a rest. I entered there was a boy, like a man, standing near the doors and in front of doors, and when I wanted to enter, he was looking at me like, where do you want to go? I said, I'm a journalist, we want to enter, and he said, no, Moitza for minutes, and he entered, and after he bring the pass that we could pass there, and it was okay.
They are not here anymore, like no Saakashvili, no censure, no nothing. Windows. No election days.
Learned from my mistakes and from others' mistakes, and I think it will be a good chance for me for the next elections in my country, and I know that how to work team, and I know how just to organize everything, and it's a good experience.
I think teamwork in that case was the most important thing, because you understand that you are not only a person who is responsible for something, you are a person who depends on somebody.
I wasn't expecting that one of the students would suggest that she would go to Kutaisi and report from there. and she did a really great job. She gave us an interview with one of the party and one of the members of one of the party who was running for Kutaisi. She gave us an interview with another person from another party. I wasn't really expecting that we would be the first one to have the footage from the Freedom Square when the polling was over, when the polling stations were closed and the Georgian Dream supporters starting to gather there.
We started to shoot from this way, and over there we saw people with the flags and cars were signaling. And I was a bit nervous because it was the first time me shooting and being on rally actually. But it was really exciting, it was a great experience. And me and Tico were together and we tried to shoot inside the people to get their opinion, and we went through them. It was like people standing very tight and they were shouting so loudly that I was like, just a second, can you please tell me something? And they were, oh my God, we won! And they were really, really excited. Just few of them denied to answer the questions. And the questions were more about their feelings, not about what are you expecting from the new government or something like that. This was all about them. And I think that this is the most important thing, to ask people what they think. It doesn't matter what is happening. I think that journalism and everything is about people and standing them behind the scenes. We came here and we saw these cars driving and signaling and flags and people, and I was rushing so much because I really wanted to shoot, and it was kind of a test for me because I didn't know how it would work.
It was an experiment, let's be honest. I mean, I haven't done it ever in my life, and I don't think anybody has done any university when not the real media organization, but a group of students creates a newsroom out of nothing, well, with the help of the facility, and decides everything. So I didn't really have very high expectations because it was the first time, first of all, and I didn't know what would happen. And second, I knew that I had to somehow motivate students to do it. And I was really impressed, actually, that my expectations were not only met, but the things that happened were way above than what I thought would happen.
It is really a unique website because it has a multimedia platform that is being created by student journalists.
It was seen here in Georgia, for example, that students can make an important difference in recent days. So why not allow students to have basically more voice and more space? And this is basically the purpose of Newscafe. Now, how it is going to be developed, where it will go, what topics will be discussed, this is basically for the team who is behind Newscafe and all the students at GIPA, and not only because although it says Newscafe by GIPA, I don't think that it's going to be locked to only students from this school.